Hello guys, welcome to this new video on Flutter animation. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about what is Flutter animation and how to execute it on your Flutter app. Okay, at first we are going to discuss about what is animation. Okay, what is animation in Flutter? Animation means that when we repeatedly changes some parameters of an widget, then it seems that widget is moving. Okay, and it is moving smoothly, so it's called animation. It's nothing, there is nothing fancy about that. Animation is something that's moving. Okay, for to move and widget, we have to change some of its parameters rapidly. Okay, for this purpose we have three components. Okay, first is animation controller, the second is animation, and the third is animation builder. Okay, let's discuss it one by one. Animation controller is something that can give us rapidly changing values. Okay, it can generate 60 values a second. Okay, so that our animation looks cooler, it looks very smooth. Okay, uh, here you can see it used to generate 60 numbers between 0 and 1 in just 1 second. Okay, let me write it in 1 second. Okay, now the second component is animation. Animation is something that use the values of animation controller and used to animate an object. Okay, here we can means change the range of the values. The animation is something that is used value from animation controller, and it used to generate some definite range of values. Okay, so if we need some values from 0 to 180 degree, then this animation takes the values generated from animation controller and converted the values into the means our required range. Okay, and even we can also use the animation so that we can use curve animation. Curve animation means that if we want the animation to start slow and then end fast, then we can do this with this animation object. If we see in the Flutter documentation, if we okay, here we can get the different types of curves. Okay, this is curves bouncing. Okay, if we add this, it look like that. Okay, if we have the curves bounce in out, then our animation is means proceeding in that speed. If we have bounce out, decelerate, ease in, we have various type of curves. Okay, if we want to implement those curves in our animation, then we have to use the animation component in our Flutter app. Okay, the last thing is that the animation builder. Okay, what it is work for is that the animation builder takes the values that is generated from the animation. Okay, then it's converted, is all those values mean it tries to transmit all those values that is coming from the animation object, then it receives the values and then it transmit all the values to its child widget. Okay, means animation builder is something that use the above values that is generated from the animation and animate the child widget. It animate the child. Okay, I think it is enough for you. Okay, let's jump into our code editor and code a really nice looking app with animation. Okay, at first, this is my code editor. I am using the VS Code and it is the Gen mode. Okay, let's import material package. Okay, material package. Okay, and we also want to import math package .math. Okay, and this package is required for some mathematical constant like pi, because we are going to animate an icon class, and when we press on this icon, it is going to be minus with animation. Okay, now define our main function. Sorry guys, run app. Okay, and let's, the name of our app is simply app. Okay, let's define our app. This should be a stateful widget. sorry, it should be a stateless widget. Okay, now the name is app, and it returns material app. Material app. Okay. If you want to means remove that debug bar that is going to show on your emulator, then you can just type debug so check banner to false. Okay, there is a typo here, false. Okay, so now the home of the material app is material home. Okay, nice. Now again, let us you can means use multiple Dart files for this. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to define all those apps and widgets into just in the single folder. Okay, now let's going to define our material home. It's again a stateless widget. This is material home. Okay, and it returns not container, it returns as scaffold. Okay, scaffold, and here we use safe area so that all our widgets does not overlap with the notification bar of means our Android or iOS devices. Okay, the child of the safe area is center widget. So as we are animating a single widget, so I think that it's much simpler to see in the center of the screen, so I am using the center widget. Okay, the child, this is animating icons. Okay, animating icons. Yeah. Okay, let's put a comma here for just as it looks nice. Okay, now it's the main part. Okay, now making a stateful widget. Now we are going to make a stateful widget. Okay, now the name of this widget is animating icons. Okay, now we need a ticker provider for this for the animation. Okay, the ticker provider is that it simply gives us the values, how many times a screen refresh, means the refresh rate of the screen. Generally we have 60 Hz refresh rate. In many phones like in OnePlus or something, it has 144 Hz refresh rate. Okay, the greater the refresh rate, the smoother the animation will be. Okay, ticker provider take the refresh rate and generate the values according to the refresh rate. Okay, if you have 60 Hz refresh rate, then you can get 60 values in 1 second. Okay, now wait. Now we have to define the animation controller. Okay, as we have seen earlier, the animation controller here. Okay, the animation controller. At first we have to declare a variable. Let the name of the controller is controller, and we have to also define the animation object. Okay, its name is simple, the animation, make it simple. Okay, now we have to initiate this controller and animation. We have to initiate this controller and animation in the init state. Okay, for that we have to just shift those app of the build function. Okay, Now we have to define our init state. Okay, to get this type of means code completion, I am using the awesome Flutter snippet. It is an extension for the VS Code. You can also use this. Okay, in the initial stage, we have to define the controller. Okay, controller is equal to animation controller. Animation controller. The here vsync, we as we have used the ticker provided state mixin, so we can give the vsync this. Here this implies this class. Okay, this class animation icon here class. Okay, now we have to give the duration. Okay, duration, for how long we are going to means the animation last. Okay, duration, the duration, take a duration object, seconds. For this tutorial we are going to means keep this for 2 seconds. Okay, now it is time for the animation object. Okay, animation, as we are going to use the pi values, means the angle values, so we are going to use a twin here. You can means know more about the twin on the Flutter documentation. It begins from 0.0, as it need double value. Don't forget it. Either if you do not giving double values, then it will give error. Okay, begin and end. Okay, for end we are going to use 90 degree, so it is pi by 2. Here we are going to use the curve animation. Okay, the curve animation. Okay, here the parent should be this controller. Parent is controller. Okay, the curve should be it. Your means choice that what you want to give here. I am going to give the ease out curve. Okay, for that you have to give curves dot ease out. Okay, as simple as that. Animation in Flutter is not means that tough. Okay, it's very easy actually. So let's dispose it on the dispose state of the screen. Okay, dispose, so that it can't consume lot of RAM. Dispose. Okay, done. Now let's build our app. Okay, here we can give the center widget. Now we are using here the animation builder. Okay, at first we are going to have a container. The height of the container is 100, the width is also 100, and let's give some decoration. Okay, it should be a box decoration. The color is colors, it's a material color, colors dot teal accent. Okay, now define some border radius dot circular. Let's give it 30. Okay, fine. Now the child, let's define the child. Okay, the child is animated builder. Here I say that animation builder, it's not animation builder, it's animated builder. Okay, sorry for this. Here it takes animation object. Okay, the animation object is simply animation, so we are going to just give it animation. Okay, here a builder function there. When animation change its values every time the builder gets called. Okay, so means it changes its values. Okay, it builder takes a context and a child. Okay, now the what is child here? Okay, you know about the context of what is child here. Here we can define a child. Okay, here we can define a child so that the non-animating part of an widget should not get recalled over and over again, so that we can means the performance of the app. We can increase the performance of the app. We have to we can define the child here, means the child of this animated builder do not get called when the builder function get called. Means builder function just use just call the widget that is beneath here, not the child widget. Okay, for this tutorial we are not going to define the child, and we're just going to return some transformation. Means we are going to animate okay, at first return the icon. Okay, now we are going to return a transformation. Okay, transform dot rotate, transform dot rotate. Okay, the angle should be coming from the builder. Okay, the angle coming from the animation. Okay, that means when the animation changes its values, the angle cut changes. Okay, animation, for that we have to just call animation dot value. Here the value of the animation changes from 0 degree to 90 degree. Okay, now here means the child which is going to child. Okay, here the child, let's means we have to change the icon from plus to minus, so let's means give it a variable. Okay, it should be let's give it a present icon. Okay, now just define the present icon here after the animation. Okay, it should be an icon, present icon equal to icon of icons dot add. Okay, and the size, let's give it a 40. Okay, this is the present icon. Okay, now wrap this container with a gesture detector so that when we just click on the container, it can receive our click and changes the icon. Wrapped with widget. Okay, just gesture detector. Okay, now let's give the on tap callback. Okay, when it's tapped. Okay, when it's tapped, we have to change the means present icon, this present icon from plus to minus. The initial value of this present icon is add. Okay, and we have to change from plus to minus. Okay, when let's define it. Okay, if the animation status means it gives us either the animation is start or end or is forwarding or reversing, etc. Okay, when the animation status is equal to animation status dot completed. Okay, means when the animation completed, the controller dot reversed. means at first in the forward direction it generates values from 0 to 90 degree, and in reverse direction it generates value from 90 degree to 0 degree. Okay, the controller will be reversed. Then we just define the present icon to means add icon. Okay, icons. Okay, icons dot add, and the size will be 40. Okay, now just define the else if statement. I will come to this later. Okay, I will explain it what's happening. Animation dot status is equal to animation status dot dismissed, means it is in initial stage. Then controller dot forward, and present icon is just changed from icons dot remove. Remove means this minus sign. Okay, this remove means this minus symbol. Okay, and also let's define its size to 40. Okay, that's all. What is happening right now? Okay. Okay, here when the animation is started, the controller should go forward, means generating value from 0 to 90 degree, and the present icon, which is at initial stage addition symbol, is going to change to the negative symbol. Okay, and when the animation completed, means it is in the state of completion state, then again when we tap on it, then it's going to just reverse the animation, and again the addition symbol come by animation. Okay, now let's run it. Okay, let's run it on my physical device. So here you can see the button is animating from plus to minus. Okay guys, thanks for watching.